Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, I love to talk shit about basketball and the NBA specifically. So if you're all in on that, then make sure to like and subscribe. Look, today I'm putting every single 2024 NBA starting center into a tier list from the S tier to the S tier. So drop a comment down below. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? Let's have a conversation because I know there's going to be people disagreeing with me. Let's not waste any time and get right into things. For the S tier, pretty straightforward, bro. You got to put Jokic there. Arguably, if not the best player in the NBA today, and one of the greatest offensive players we've ever seen. You know, obviously from the center position, he can distribute the ball like we've never seen before. He can hit tough-ass fadeaway, one-legged, three-pointers, mid-ranges with a hand in his face and make them look like it wasn't a fluke. He's got elite moves in the low post. There's just nothing this guy can't do, bro. Defensively, who gives a fuck, man, when he's doing all this offensively? Fresh off a championship, you can't argue this. In the A tier, I'm putting Anthony Davis because I think when he's healthy and whole, which he kind of is lately, he's a top five player in the league and the best two-way player in the league, in my humble opinion. He was carrying the Lakers in the second half of the season, post-trade deadline, without LeBron James, anchoring that Laker defense to, top 5 levels. And yeah, fuck, he's a great player. And this was the closest we've seen since that bubble season, in AD really finding his groove, finding his role. And I got high expectations for him next season. But in my opinion, might be a bit of a hot take, I think he's the second best center in the league after Jokic right now. Because at third, and his stock is dropping quite a fair bit, Joel Embiid. Look, as talented as they come, offensively, he averaged, 30 plus points a game. Probably like 10 or 12 of them were from the free throw line. I'm not trying to be a hater, that's just facts, man. But with the new rule coming in with like text and flopping and all that kind of stuff, it's gonna be interesting to see how he kind of adapts to that. And I can't justify putting him above AD. I know he won an MVP and all that right now, but let's be real. AD showed out in the playoffs much more than Joel Embiid did. He won MVP and he hasn't made it to the conference finals yet. So for that reason, and for the reason that he's got all these stacked teams and he just can't lead them, whether it's Doc Rivers' fault or his fault, he's still partially to blame, or James Harden's fault, whatever it is, they can't get over the hump. But when you're an MVP type player, you got to figure that shit out, man. So he's an A tier guy, don't get me wrong, but I'm taking AD over him right now. And let me know if that's a hot take. I don't know, man, but he's a clear A tier. Next up in the A tier, we've got Bam Adebayo, obviously one of the most, if not the most versatile defender in the entire league today. Great rim protector. Probably the best big when it comes to switching onto the perimeter. Offensively, he can run as a point center, I suppose. He can give you 20 points a night as well. I would like to see him start shooting threes because he's more than capable of doing it, but hey, just give him the fucking green light, man. Even if he shoots 32, 33%, he can keep defenses honest and it's going to help the heat out a lot. But look, he's by far the best big after Jokic, AD, and Embiid, so I'm putting him in the A tier. Rounding up my A tier, where is he? We've got Domantas Sabonis. Obviously, baby Jokic. That's no disrespect to Sabonis. He is a damn great player. Point center as well. Excellent moves in the low post. Three-point shot it's not bad. And the Kings, they're going to be a very good team for a very long time. And obviously, Sabonis, fresh off that new extension, he's here to stay. He's not going anywhere. He's an A-tier guy. Look, the rest of the players, I'm just going to put in random order based off of who I see on my screen first. Next up, Brook Lopez, I'm putting him in the B tier. In my opinion, he's the best 3-and-D center in the league right now. Best rim protector in the entire league, even at 35 years of age and dealing with all those back issues that he did. Kudos to him. Very clear B tier type player. We've got Jarrett Allen. I feel like his stock has gone down a little bit since he got punked by Mitchell Robinson in the playoffs, but he's still a great young center. It's not unreasonable to think he'll get a bit better. But the past few seasons, he's stayed more or less the same, averaging around 14, 15 points and 10 rebounds with like a block and a half, 2 blocks, right? So I would like to see him develop more of an offensive game, but even if he stays the same, he's a B tier guy, so it is what it is. Next up, we've got Kristaps Porzingis. Arguably the best 3-and-D center next to Brook Lopez. I feel like health is always going to be a question mark for KP, but he did stay healthy last season relatively, and he's someone who can give you 20, 25 points. I feel like in Boston, next to the 2 Js, he's going to be the perfect third option as a pick and pop type guy. Won't be asked to do too much offensively, but he's going to definitely take some pressure off of the Js. So I love that fit. Yeah, he's a solid B for me. I'm going to put him just below Brook Lopez because you can't rely on him to be as healthy, but offensively, he's definitely better than Brook, but defensively, I'll take Brook over him. Myles Turner, pretty standard. Actually, he's probably the next best 3-and-D center. Fuck, all of a sudden, I've got all these 3-and-D centers. Overall, I'm taking Myles Turner over Brook Lopez, despite Brook being, I think, the better rim protector and probably the better pure shooter, but Myles Turner just does a bit more. Yeah, I'm putting him in the B spot. We've got Steven Adams. I think he's a tier below those guys that I've just listed. Obviously, excellent screen setter, excellent offensive rebounder, gritty. Is a Kiwi, so by default, I like him as well. So shout out Steven Adams, man. He's one of the most likable guys in the league. He's just a tier behind all those guys above him, so I'm going to put him in the C tier. We've got Rudy Gobert. Look, I think he's become a bit underrated. I'm putting him over Jarrett Allen. Still, 3-time DPOY winner. Awkward fit with Karl Anthony Towns. They'll figure that out with the full offseason and training camp. Yeah, I'm putting him in the B tier. So, yeah, like he's overpaid and everything. And like, bro, half the fucking league hates on him, but he's still a good player. Okay, so I'm putting him in that B tier. We've got Mitchell Robinson. I'm putting him in that C tier. Do I take him over Steven Adams? You know what? Steven Adams has those intangibles as a veteran and all that kind of stuff. I'll take Steven Adams over him. But like I said, Robinson punked Jarrett Allen in the playoffs. But Robinson is also someone who hasn't really shown much improvement in his offensive game, not even his free throw efficiency. So until I kind of see that improvement in his game, I'm just going to leave him in the C tier for now. Jonas Valančiūnas, standard C tier guy, give you 15 and 10, great low post player, also extended his shot out to the 3-point range, but he's not someone that the Pelicans like to keep on the floor for, 30, 35 minutes a game. They like going small with Larry Nance at the 5 or Zion at the 5, whatever it is. Yeah, his C tier is a very underrated offensive player, but I think that's about as far as it goes. So I'm just going to put him there. DeAndre Ayton, I'm putting him in the C tier as well. I'll take him. Oh, this is a bit tough. Yeah, fuck. It depends on which DeAndre Ayton shows up, man. Is it the guy who's capable of giving you 25 and 10? Or is it the guy that's going to give you fucking 10 points, 4 rebounds, and 6 fouls? Like, you just don't know. I think if anyone's going to bring the best out of him, it's Frank Vogel. Look, by the time this video is up, he might be a Portland Trailblazer. Who knows? Maybe that'll unlock some potential with him. But I'll put him above the other guys in the C tier just because talent-wise, man, he is better than those guys. So I'm just going to put him there for now. Next up, we've got Jusuf Nurkic. I think he's a D tier player. He's definitely not as good as the rest of the guys in the C tier. When he's healthy, yeah, definitely. But this guy hasn't been healthy since fucking God knows how long. And yeah, you just can't rely on him. They say availability is the best ability. And because we haven't seen him healthy in the past few years or so, I'm just going to put him in that D tier. Next up, we've got Wendell Carter Jr. I'm putting him, I really rate this guy as like a baby Al Horford type player. He's even extended his range a bit. He can pass, operates well in the low post. Pretty underrated defender as well. He does it all, man. I'm taking him over DA, actually. Fuck that. I'll put him over DA. Yeah, DA, you're lucky to stay there. But yeah, love Wendell Carter Jr., love his game. I'm putting him there. Next up, we've got Nic Claxton. I'm going to put him over here. Very versatile defender at that 5 position. Excellent rim protector. Bit limited offensively, but he's improving a lot as well. But I'll put him there for now. We've got Daniel Gafford. Sorry, brother. And we've got Dwight Powell. These two are the worst 2 starting centers in the league. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, they're fine players off the bench maybe, but yeah, they have no business starting. I'm putting them both in the D tier. We've got Walker Kessler. Might be a hot take. I'm putting him in the B tier. I think he's actually he's a top 3 rim protector in the NBA right now. If I was to pick out the top 3 rim protectors from this list right here, I'm taking AD, I'm taking Walker Kessler, and I'm taking Brook Lopez in no particular order. Obviously, it was only a rookie as well, so he's definitely going to get better. And when you think about it, man, the Jazz traded away Gobert, and they got a player who's right now better at protecting the rim than Gobert. What can I say? So because it's just that great of a rim protector, I'm putting him in that B tier. But let me know if I'm overrating him a little bit. Next up in the D tier, I'm going to put 2 guys who I think will definitely play their way out of the D tier, probably into the C tier. But we haven't seen too much of it yet. We've seen glimpses because, yeah, it's just been flashes of it. I think next season we'll really see what kind of player they are. And that's Mark Williams and Jalen Duren. So they're both kind of similar archetype, like high energy, great rebounders. Mark Williams especially, man. Like, I can see him averaging something like 12 points, 15 rebounds, and like 2-3 blocks in a full-time starting gig. So there could be C-tier players. They're very close in my opinion, but I just haven't seen enough. I just feel like those guys in the C-tier are just a bit more proven. Got Jakob Poetl. Look, him and also this guy, Ivica Zubac, I'm putting him in the D tier because I feel like they're standard starter level type players, but the center position is low-key pretty deep, and I just don't think they're better than the guys in the C tier. Like, when you look at rim protection, which is something that, you know, a lot of players value, a lot of teams value at the center position, neither of them are the best. Jakob Poetl is a bit better. Zubac is okay, yeah. I've got to put him in the D tier. Like, even Valančiūnas is borderline D tier if we're basing him off of this group of players that is better than this group of players. So it's a bit close. Kevon Looney, I'll chuck him in the C tier. Plays his role excellent. So for that reason, I'm putting him there. Excellent offensive rebounder, hard-nosed, gritty. Exactly what Golden State needs at that 5 position. So, and because he's a proven winner as well, I value that too. Not as talented as a Mark Williams, not as talented as a lot of these guys, but yeah, he plays his role excellent. So I'm going to put him there. We've got Clint Capela, I think is a standard B tier player as well. Rim runner, protects the rim, doesn't really do much else offensively, but still a great player. And is a lot more proven than, you know, some of the younger guys as well. So I'll put him in that B tier. This is probably the hardest guy to rank. We've got Victor Wembanyama. Where do I put you? I don't want to like be someone that buys into the hype too much, but I also don't want to be someone that's discrediting him because he's a generational type talent. And it's hard to rank him because we haven't seen him play a single minute in the NBA, like in the regular season yet. So look, feel like that's a sweet spot. We'll put him in the B tier for now. I'll put him at the lower end maybe. Oh, I'll just leave him there for now. We'll see how he rounds out, okay? Next up, we've got Chet Holmgren. Fucking hell. I'll put him in the B tier too. A bit lower than Wemby, but he was Wemby before Wemby. So they got very similar play styles, and they're both skinny and frail as fuck as well. So yeah, based off of potential alone, if I'm going to put Wemby in the B tier, I've got to put Chet in the B tier as well. Next up, we've got Nikola Vucevic. I think is a standard C tier guy. Excellent offensively, not so much defensively. Great rebounder, excellent in the low post. Can shoot the ball very well now as well. Yeah, C tier for me. And lastly, we've got Alperen Şengün. I'll put him in the C tier for now. The one thing I don't like about him is he's low-key a bit of a dirty player, but hey, we've all seen that Pokemon meme with fucking Jokic, Sabonis, and then Alperen Şengün being the baby Jokic as well. If he finds his potential, yeah, he can be a very good player, but right now a bit limited defensively too, so I'll put him in that C tier. That pretty much rounds up my list, man. Look, I think you can make a lot of different arguments for a few different switches in that list, but overall, I feel like this is where the players belong. Look, let me know down in the comment section below. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? I want to thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.